Yay. Like, and then
This is the way you say hi to everybody.
Okay, beginning.
Yeah.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to live stream with Daddy Fall.
So anyway, May wants to go live. We're using her computer for the first time.
Yeah.
My computer had a meltdown. So it's time for a new computer for Daddy Paul.
Yes.
So
it's very clear, Daddy Paul. Oh?
Yeah. It's got a good resolution.
Yeah.
So anyway, we thought we'd come live since nobody else is. Yesterday, it's like every DJ in town was on TV. And May wants to start going live more often and just kind of practice
Yep.
and then answer questions. So if you guys have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them for you. And we'll make some announcements. We'll let you know what's going on and what we're doing today. So we've only got 13 people watching, which is awesome.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Philip.
Yeah.
And so once we get a few more people on here, I'll give you the lowdown on what's happening. So hi, Andrew. Andrew, Peter, and Philip are here.
Yeah,
Appreciate you coming along. There's 15 people. We'll wait till we get maybe 15 or 20, like 20 or 25 people on.
Yeah.
And I never know how many are going to be on because this is unannounced. We just kind of bounced on.
Yeah.
It's, well, May's computer's not set right. It says it's 5 at the night. It's about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Yeah, right now.
What time is now? I think 9 a.m.
9 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, if anybody's got any questions, I'll tell you what we're up to. And the good news is May got some new bikinis, right?
Yeah.
You're still waiting for a Shopee one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to tell you a funny story about May. And then I'm going to tell you how I torture Baby Mae every now and then. And what else can I tell you?
Later, I have the interview.
Oh, okay. So later on, May's going to go to an old friend who's got a new job.
Yeah.
Who was unemployed for a long time due to the pandemic. And now she's working doing massage, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to go to a place I've never been to before. And they want us to do like a little advertisement for their business, which we're happy to do and help out the local economy, right?
Yeah.
And the other day we did a review on Kim's Dive Resort, and May did an interview with 2 of the ladies there that work there, young ladies that work there. I thought those went real well, and we appreciate all the guys that watched those videos. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then by accident, I found out that Ned from Philippine Dreams had been there 6 days before us. Because I never watch other YouTube channels. But I was on YouTube looking for David Bowie music, and you know how it comes up with suggested videos for you? Well, here out of the blue comes Philippine Dreams with Ned. And he was at the same resort we were at doing a review. So I said, well, I hope he doesn't think we're copying him. Anyway, so yeah, we are going to go to a massage place.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get a much needed massage. And for some reason, it's really small. I don't know if we can expand this somehow. We're going to have to play around with this computer. This is May's new computer. And so the picture is really small here and all the writing's really small. So we'll hang in there the best we can. I'm going to just click on here. Jonathan, we thank you for coming along. Lee Gregg, welcome. Chuck, thanks for coming along for the ride. We got 25 people.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching.
Hey, Scott.
What if the report try that? It's getting big.
You think that's it?
Yeah, try.
Okay, we'll try it. No, that shares a screen. We got to be careful on what buttons we push. Hey, how you doing, Washed Up? So we got 25 people on. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And what else is going on? Let's see. Oh, you guys want to hear about how cheap Baby Mae is? May always calls people Chinese if they're cheap.
Yeah. Because I would like to save the money.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys a real quick story about Baby Mae. Hey, Cant, let me say hi to everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, 33 people
Right.
watching.
Look at Lee. Lee likes
Thank
your
you so
plants. Yeah, May did a little chicadero video about her plants here in the apartment.
Yeah.
And we actually have a gimbal, and we're trying to still work out the bugs on using the gimbal. So I know it's going to be awesome. I just have to get the patience to sit down and watch the video on how to use it. And it's kind of heavy. Huh?
Yeah.
So
Maybe.
she's I'm kind of regretting the purchase, to be honest with you. I'm not sure it's going to be something that is her cup of tea. And I don't do that much outside stuff. But I know what I was going to tell you guys. On my last live stream, I was asking, what would you guys like to see? And you guys had a really good suggestion. You said that you would like to see some of the hotels here. And I said, yeah, let me go down to the Bricks because I like that hotel. I've bounced in there a couple times just to snoop around. Well, stupid me, I didn't realize, or I forgot, all the hotels are closed because of COVID. Yeah. And so we went down to Tom Tom's, which is next door to the Bricks. Yeah. And May walked over and said, nope, can't get in. Quarantine. There are some hotels here that are open. Essentia or something like that is open, but you can't go in there because they're strictly quarantine hotels. So going to have to wait on that. And then we had a request that we kind of walk around Dumagetti a little bit, kind of do a walk and talk, which is not my thing, but May said she'd like to do it. And so it rained. So we were double screwed yesterday. And so we couldn't walk around in the rain. And what else? That's it. That was yesterday. But today we got blue skies.
Yeah. Good weather today.
Good morning, Edward. Central Florida.
Yeah, Norway.
Oh, Norway.
Yeah.
A lot of guys from Norway live out here. Slightly twisted. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Buddy Trip, you're still in Mexico. What are you doing there, buddy? I thought you were bugging out. What happened? My friend Gary is going to go to Colombia. Deep tissue massage is great. So far, to be honest with you, I'm a massage guy. I've had a bad back since I was a little kid. I got vertebrae fused and all kinds of garbage. But that being said, so I've always been a fan of massages. And I have yet to find a decent massage place here in the Philippines. And when I say decent, one that's quiet, one that's really clean, one where they seem to know what's, hold on a second. Let me snooze this. And one where the masseuse knows what they're doing. Now, Baby Mae went to massage school.
Yeah.
And how long were you in massage school?
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So she got 3 months of training. And basically they taught her, I think, like pressure, right? How hard to push. Yeah. Like you want soft. And they teach them a routine. Okay. So they start here, they do this, they do that, and they just kind of get them to memorize it. They don't teach them about muscles or any of that kind of stuff like they do in the States. To become a certified massage therapist is quite a deal. But here it's a 90-day program. She graduated, she massaged one person and quit.
Yeah, because of my body shaking.
Because her body was shaking, her hands were shaking. I think it's from nerves. And
probably.
And so she was too nervous, you know. And so whenever she gets nervous, she shakes.
Brian.
Australia. So Australia, I guess they're having issues. Okay. You're still going to Indonesia, but they're not accepting foreigners. Yeah. But back on the massage thing, I got super spoiled in Thailand because Thailand has the awesome massage places. And you just got to, when you're new, of course, you're going to wander into the wrong places where they give you the total massage. But after you're there, you get your boots on the ground, you ask around, where's a good, legitimate, professional massage? And I found some awesome places there. Over by Gabby's, Florentine. Okay. Gabby's. There's a couple of Gabby's. Probably the one that is that by Ace Hospital, where Bud Brown goes and hangs out at Gabby's. Well, I can Google it. I can figure out where that is. But the other place that I've heard is really good is in Bakong, and it is called, it's blind massage. Yeah. It's where all the masseuses and masseurs are blind, and they've been trained. And I think it's an awesome thing. And I heard that they give a really good massage. But we're going to try this place today. And you say they have a jacuzzi?
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. We're going to have a video coming up on Baby Mae's channel.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's it say? Hi, Baby Mae and Paul. Thanks for your vids. I saw your vid, Paul, where you said you wanted to have Baby Mae get a house before you go to the Happy Hunting Ground. I've got an idea I want to discuss. Okay. Yeah, my theory on this is if you meet somebody, well, this is kind of a broad spectrum. I think you should try to leave somebody better off than when you found them, whether you spend an hour with them or a lifetime with them. So that's why I don't like negative people. And I don't like there's a lot of guys here that I see their motorbikes are parked in front of a place and I just keep driving because I already know what the conversation's going to be. It's going to be a bitch and moan session each and every time. And I don't have time for it. I want to go in. I want to have a laugh. I want to learn something. I want to have a good time. And because life's too short. Yeah. And the same guys, May knows who I'm talking about, but we won't say who. They just bitch and moan. That's all they do. And they're negative. And I don't know. But yeah, that's the goal. It's going to take us a long, long time because we have to save up a lot of money. And that's a very, very slow process out here. So that being said, that's the goal, is one day eventually, 5, 10, whatever years it is down the road, is May can have a place to call her own. Oh, you're a certified trigger point, effective but not fun. Oh, I didn't know that, buddy. Let's see. So it looks like we got a couple of trolley types on here. We'll just avoid them. Let's see. Time out. And time out. It's really not necessary to talk about happy endings and all that crap, guys. She doesn't even know what it is. There's Richard Guthrie, our neighbor.
Wow.
Richard is one of the good guys.
Yeah.
He lived here. He still is supportive of animal shelters out here. And he was our neighbor back at the other apartment. Yeah. And super nice guy. And rescued a bunch of dogs, brought them back to life, street dogs. And that was one of the most brutal things that I had to deal with. Not had to deal with, but one of the most brutal things that shocked me here was the condition of the animals. And I'm ashamed to tell you that it doesn't shock me anymore. I see them and it's just kind of like part of the landscape. But when I first got here, I thought it would be more humane to shoot that dog than to let it live another day. Euthanize it, put it out of its misery. I'm a dog lover. I'm a dog owner back in the States. And when my dogs got to the point where they were too old and couldn't get around anymore, I had to put them down because it was humane. And there's so many dogs here that, you can't save them all. Richard does what he can. and there's an animal shelter out here that rescues them, but that is something that you guys should be aware of, is you're going to see a lot of misery with the animals. They have mange, they've been hit by cars, they're limping, et cetera, et cetera. So give me a minute and I'm going to tell you about how cheap Baby Mae is. Someone on one of Gio's live stream called me the most famous vlogger who doesn't vlog. You are pretty famous, buddy. Everybody knows you.
Roger,
Good morning, Roger. I thought you were going to start a channel, buddy. What's going on?
Yeah. Wow, Dennis, thank you so much. New subscriber.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And this gentleman here is thanking Richard for his generosity with the animals. By all means, we all need to be able to give praise and encouragement to those that do well. Don't you agree? Or not? Okay, so Dennis, hi, Paul. I'm a new subscriber and just want to say hello to you and your sweet lady Mae. Well, thank you, Dennis.
Thank
Hello to
so
you.
much. Very small, beautiful, no?
Yeah, it is small, but here I can see it.
Yeah.
Over here is bigger.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is that on the screen there, the type is really small, but on the right, it's big. So this is our first time on Mae's computer. We're going to have to do some adjustments with the settings. And my computer melted down today. It froze up. It's been freezing up. And then today, the audio just wouldn't work. So anyway. In the 5 years I've gotten used to the culture of the Philippines, and I don't really complain much anymore, except when they try to charge me skin tax and take advantage of my wife and I. Yeah, I just walk away, and so does Mae. Remember the Okay story?
Yeah.
Well, here's a quick story. We have found, or Mae has discovered, the Okay store. And for those that aren't familiar with what Okay is, that's where you buy clothing that's been donated from overseas, America, Canada, China, etc. And some of it's used, some of it's new, some of it's slightly used, etc. And we've been all over. Mae likes to buy new shorts. She likes to buy cute tops. You know, she's a typical female. And the beautiful thing is that it's just like nothing. I shouldn't say that, but it's $1 here and $1 there. And Mae went and bought a pair of shorts at that Okay. It's on the Bacong Valencia Highway. And she paid 50 pesos for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're coming home. And we passed another one here in Valencia that had the identical shorts, but they were pink. And Mae said, "Ooh, I want those too." I said, "Okay." You know, so we pulled over and the woman wanted 150 pesos, right? It's triple. And she wouldn't come down a penny. So every time we drive by, we wave at the pink shorts because they're still there. How do you get away with calling her cheap? Well, she is cheap.
Yeah, I'm very cheap.
It's not a secret. But I'm going to tell you in a minute just how cheap she is. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now because we got 93 people on board. So this was last month, I think. It's been a while. Mae got sick. She got a stomach issue. And, you know, most Filipinos don't get stomach issues because they're used to the bacteria and they're used to the food and all this and that and the other. It's usually the foreigner that gets dysentery, if you will, the runs. No pretty way of putting it. She had diarrhea. So I figured, I wasn't sick, but she was. And so, and that's unusual because usually every blue moon, Mae and I will get a bad glass of water somewhere. And we both get an issue and it lasts a day and then that's it. So day number 2, she's still unable to leave the house. Day 3, day 4. And I'm like, you need to go to a doctor. And we were on the verge of taking her to the doctor. And then she got better, right?
Yeah.
After 4 days of having diarrhea. And I said, well, let's replay this movie. I mean, where were you? What did you do? Would you know what those, you know what little shots of yogurt are? It's a culture, a yogurt culture. And they come in little bottles. And I know they sell them in the States. I don't know about other countries. And out here, they're really big because the women like the flavor. It's kind of like a snack almost to you guys, right? So she bought this freaking yogurt from a sorry store, and it was unrefrigerated. And when she opened it up, she took the lid off. It smelled really bad. Okay. Now, what would you do? All right. She couldn't give it back to the lady. There's no way you get a refund on anything because once it's sold, it's sold. That's its final. I would have thrown it away, as would have any other level-headed human being. Mae drank it. And it tasted like shit. And it smelled like shit. And that's what made her sick for 4 days. And I said, Mae, why did you drink it? She said, well, because I paid 6 pesos for it. She wasn't going to throw away 6 stupid pesos. Now that is cheap. Maybe you had to be there. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Well, the computer's the computer. You know what? It's 5 years old. It's time for me to replace it. We're using Maes. Maes is new. I bought this for her birthday way back. It was August.
Yeah, August.
Yeah. August was your birthday. So I bought this for her back then. And she's not used it that much because she likes to keep everything new. I bought her a phone one day and she kept it in the box for 4 days because she didn't want to take it out. She never had a new phone before, so she kept just looking at it. You know, same thing with the goofy computer. I go, why don't you use your computer? She goes, well, I don't want to break it. And I said, well, it's going to turn into an antique before you break it if you don't freaking use it. So now we're on it. Anyway, it's different out here. Paul, when you stop in California and trip back, can you make a stop at Sacramento? I don't think so. That's a pretty long trip, buddy, from where I'm going. So let's see. Uka is where I get most of my clothes because I'm 6'3", 252. I have a very hard time to find clothes. Yeah, I have a tough time finding clothes out here too. Because I'm fat. I admit it. And the bigger sizes, if they're available, are far and few between, man. You got to kind of get lucky. I will give advice. I don't like to give advice, but you know what, kids? I'm going to go right ahead and do it. If you're coming out here to live and you're moving out here, and that's it, not a vacation, but if you're coming out here, I would bring as many, and if you're a big boy, in other words, if you've got a 30-inch waist, don't worry about it. But if you're a 34 or above, bring as many cargo shorts, if that's what you're going to wear, or slacks, or whatever your preference is as far as jeans. Bring as many as you can. And shirts, if you're a big boy and you need extra large. Because out here, I was given an extra large T-shirt.
Yeah.
As a Christmas gift exchange when we had the party, remember?
Yeah.
And it fits her.
Small.
Gave it to her brother, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like a twig. But it said extra large on it. So there you go. The sizes are just, if you're a big boy, that's my free advice. Let's see. Paul, don't know why, but can you back up or something? The chat box covers your entire faces. Does it really? Can we back up? Kind of. Again, we haven't done the settings on this. This is an impromptu. So. I apologize for that.
Yeah.
So let's do this. Maybe we shouldn't show the comments because if we go back, I guess we can go back a little bit. That better? I don't know.
But you're very so far. Okay.
Maybe that's better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I apologize, guys. We're not really. I've got to lean forward to hit the clicker here. That's right. She will get me. You're gonna pour that yogurt on my cornflakes.
Yeah, because it's so hard for looking work, so I need cheap cake.
Let's see. Jim Burns. There's Jim Burns.
Yeah, Jen's.
Oh yeah. Okay. Back up. Skin tax. Traveling while being white. Yeah, there is an extra charge if they see me coming. They do jack up the price sometimes. But you know what? The way I avoid all that is I very rarely go anywhere, buy food or fruit or vegetables that isn't marked. They've got a little price tag up. So I don't have any issues with those guys. Even if their price is high, at least everybody's paying the same thing. And what does that say? Is Zamboanga?
Yeah, Sibugay province.
Is that safe? Is that got?
But you've been there before, right? Zamboanga.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Well,
think
he's talking about the NPA. You know, the rebels.
Yeah.
So
I think it's not safe there.
I know out in Chaton, where she's from, up in the hills, is very dangerous. Believe it or not, it's only an hour from here. But I had dinner with some locals that had businesses up there, and they were overrun by the rebel forces, if you will. But that's way up in the mountains. Those guys hang out. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a very important comment. How you doing, Roger? You had lunch with Monty Crew today. He told me that. He sent me a picture. I believe it must be your wife. And Monty, I know he's too modest to tell you, Monty is the guy that convinced me to start a YouTube channel. And I kept refusing. I said, I don't want to do YouTube. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But I had put up a Facebook video that some folks had liked, and like 7 or 8 people kept saying, you need to start a channel. I said, no, I don't. I'm retired. So, and then I told Monty the truth. I said, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to upload a picture. I don't know how to do it. I'm a computer idiot. I'm never going to learn. And he came over and spent 2 days at the old apartment. Remember, Monty?
Yeah.
And set up the channel for me. And so, and then taught me this and taught me that. So he's totally responsible for me being on YouTube. So you can blame him for all my crappy content. But Monty is one of the nicest guys. He's got a brand new baby over here that he's never met in person. He had to go home. Monty had a nice little business going in America with some guys working for him. And, you know, he was getting the money from the business. And then the guys that were working for him flaked, got involved in drugs, I think. And poor Monty had to go back, and the truck was in disarray, and the trailer that he worked out of, because he builds fences, got all screwed up. And he's been there ever since, working and rebuilding up his money. And he's got a YouTube channel. And for a while there, we were supporting each other's channels, but he's not doing YouTube anymore. But yeah, anyway, Roger, I'm glad you got to meet Monty. He's a super guy. Yeah, poor Baby Mae. Poor little Baby Mae. I know, 6 pesos. And she sucked that thing down because she paid for it. I'll tell you what, I think I told you guys, I did a video once, the peanut story, where she went to go buy peanuts. And I forgot the name of that video. I should repost that somehow or have her repost it, because it is the funniest story about her buying peanuts from this lady. And it's just a funny story. Being frugal can be costly sometimes, is right. You get what you pay for. Yeah. I've learned a lot from May. Of course, I was in the car business, so I always knew it was better to buy a 1-year-old car than a brand new car, stuff like that. And whenever I had work done on my house in Vegas, I would never hire a contractor. I would wait till somebody in the neighborhood was getting something done, and then I would go talk to the workers. And I would just hire the workers straight out and tell them to come over and do the same thing. And I'd pay maybe a tenth. Let's see, don't set foot in California, they'll tax you for 10 years. You got that straight. I heard there's some kind of exit tax where if you're there, I don't know if it's true or not, because I never know what to believe on the news anymore, boys and girls. But I heard something that if you were there for 6 months, I don't know if it's with a business or not having a business, that you get a tax bill. Does that sound right? I don't know. What do you guys think about? Well, it's probably not proper for Mae's channel, and we don't want to get political. But what about the stimulus thing? You think that's going to go through? My guess is you'll get $1,400 within 3 months. That's my guess. What do you guys think about this? Here we are on Baby Mae's channel talking, and I'm doing the whole talking.
Yeah,
Is that all right?
It's okay.
Okay. I think they should just do one bill that just says everybody gets $1,400 and nothing else. Just that period. Period. Nothing else. No other riders, no other pork, no bridges, no nothing. Just one thing. Okay, we're going to extend unemployment, and keep it all to stimulus and COVID. Keep it all to if they're going to do a bill, why not just do a bill that increases vaccinations, hands out some money to people that are struggling right now, instead of all this other crap. Pie in the sky dreaming, right? Let's see here. I saw today online that in the Philippines, Pizza Hut sells a Spam Cheesy Bites pizza. Do a lot of Western restaurants in the Philippines sell items? Yes. Now, I don't know anything. We don't have Pizza Hut out here, but absolutely positively. The menu at McDonald's is completely different than it is in the States. They have some of your old-time favorites. You're going to have a Big Mac and a double cheeseburger and a cheeseburger, fries, Coke. And I think a chicken sandwich is available. But the other side of the menu is Chicken Joy stuff.
Yeah.
And this weird burger patty with gravy and packets of rice. Yeah. And so, yeah, man, it's a totally different setup out here. Burger King. I was at Burger King in an airport, and I can't remember if they jacked around or not. I also saw a Subway sandwich that I ate at in Manila or Cebu, again, another friggin' airport, and it was identical to an American deal. But the pizza thing, I believe that they would have that. Yeah. Sell to the when in Rome, right? So this says, next time pour the spoiled yogurt on Paul's cornflakes. Let's see. Do they have fish fillet at McDonald's? You know what? I don't remember. I don't think so. Let's see. Here's a good question. I'm trying to get through. I'm trying to keep staying in order here. Okay, here we go. That's back. Okay, I only have one phone now. Upgrading when I get there. Yeah. And let's see. What are we saying? All sizes we get in USA are now too small. I think it's because everything is made in China. I tell you, everybody that I talk to, that when they're going to go back to America, we all dedicated to spending $1,000 at Walmart, just picking up stuff you can't find here. And let's see, what are we saying here? Doug, I don't know if you know this or not, but how hard is it to buy fabric by the yard? I will probably be making my own clothes when I move there. I don't think it's that hard. I think I've seen fabric being sold. Yeah, you can buy fabric. Let's see, hopefully we're in order here. Sorry for the picture. Yeah. So here's a good question. Was Baby Mae able to transfer all of her videos to her new channel and retain whatever she gained from her previous channel? Actually, something I learned on the fly is that every 6 months, you can change the name of your channel. So the videos stayed there.
Yeah.
All that changed was the title. So it wasn't like she didn't create a new YouTube channel with a new email and all that kind of stuff. Didn't have to do that. She was just able to change the name. And I checked into it, and you're allowed to do that every 6 months. So if I was to leave the Philippines, as an example, and go live in Vietnam, obviously I'd need to change the name from Paul in the Philippines to Paul in Vietnam, and could do that without doing anything more than just changing the friggin' title. Let's see, what's this say? A Filipino attorney will advise a foreigner to get their name on a house before they build it. You can't own land, but you can own the house and force a sale. Lease and kicks you out. Yeah, I did a video about epic fails, and I did have George on here, a real estate guy, and lawyers can do a lot of things, but having it in writing and still getting your way are two different things. But yeah, the sage advice before buying anything, because you can't own anything out here. You can get your name on it, but then again, it's trying to, you're the lone guy against many other people. So here's my take on it, and then I'll shut up about that kind of stuff, is never buy anything that you can't walk away from. That's my philosophy. I don't own one thing that I can't walk away from. I have 3 big major purchases I've made since I've been here. $1,600 for a scooter. I've been driving that for 3 years. $400 for this sofa we're sitting on. We've been sitting on that for a year and a half, something like that. And a freezer that I paid $200 for. I would not even sell them if I was leaving. I would just give them to Maes family. 3-year-old scooter, a year and a half old couch, and a pretty much brand new freezer, but they could use all that stuff.
Yeah.
And what am I going to get for it if I sell it? 10 cents on the dollar? I mean, it's used.
Yeah.
You know how people are. They're just like, oh, I'll give you half. And I don't want to do that. It's in the car business for 40 years. I don't want to negotiate anymore. I don't want to play the back and forth game. I don't want to meet you in the middle. I don't want to go check with my manager. I just give it away and call it a day.
I'll invest.
There's Alan.
Yeah, Alan.
Well, thanks, Alan. We appreciate that. We love being here. Much, yeah, big shout out for Monty crew. There's China Dave. There's our buddy China Dave. We love China Dave.
Yeah, good morning, China Dave.
Let's see here. Is there any way to take it slow and date Filipinos while you get accustomed to the culture, not playing the field, just getting the lay of the land? That is what I did my last video on, Stan, was epic fails. And I did just what you're discussing there myself, kind of. And that was my plan. You want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, right? I got involved with a woman right away. I was here 2 months. She moved in, and then 5 or 6 months later, she moved out. We decided to agree to disagree. And then I was single for a year and a half before I met little Mae here. And again, I wasn't exactly playing the field, but I was getting the lay of the land, as you put it. It's a very good statement. And that is, I think, the intelligent way to be. You're going to have a culture shock when you get here. There is nuances If you've never been here before, there's little things. It's not the big stuff, really. It's the little stuff. I'll never forget the first time I went to go buy a pack of cigarettes at a Sorry store. I think it was my first morning that I woke up from the hotel. I was out of cigarettes. I walked down to the Sorry store to buy a pack of cigarettes. And back then, a pack of cigarettes were $1. They've since doubled in price since then. But I gave the lady 1,000 peso note. That's all I had on me. There's no way she has change for 1,000 pesos. Not going to happen. I didn't know that. I was going to, and then like an idiot, I asked her if I could use my debit card at a Sorry store. But I'd been in town for 48 hours. I didn't know. And so that's when you're talking about the lay of the land, yeah, you're going to have to, there's all these little things that over time, the little things that made me just kind of crazy now aren't issues anymore because I'm ready for them. When I go to, for example, I'll give you a little trick. If I go to Watson's drugstore, okay, and need to buy something, a tube of toothpaste for 90 pesos, I will give them 1,000 pesos, even though I've got the 90, because I want to break the 1,000. Follow me? Now I'm going to get a 500 peso note, 4 100s, and 10 peso coin. And I just crack that 1,000. And I do that all the time. Little tricks. So if I go to Hypermart, if I go to 7-Eleven is a place where they have a cash register and they're able to make change. However, I have been to 7-Eleven. I have been to places, the pharmacy, where they don't have the change. And they're big businesses. Or it's a 10-minute wait. Now, if we went to that Okay store, right?
Yeah.
And we bought 100 peso pair of shorts for you.
Yeah.
And I handed her 1,000 pesos. We would be there for 20 minutes waiting because she'd have to run around to the neighbors. Am I lying? No. She would have to run around to the neighbors and see who could crack this 1,000 peso note. So when I go see her sister works at Cebuana.
Yeah.
And so when we transfer the money over there, her sister's totally cool. And she gives me half of it in 1,000 pesos and the other half in 500 peso notes. Trust me on this, boys and girls. It's a lot simpler to navigate with 500 than 1,000. Because if you go in, and even if I spend 200 at your Okay lady,
Yeah.
and I gave her a 500 peso note,
Yeah.
odds are she'd still have to run across the street and get change for it. Because God bless them, they don't have that much money on them.
Yeah.
You know, they open the store with no working capital at all.
Yeah.
They might have 20 or 30 pesos in their pocket, and that's it. So I'm kind of belaboring this money thing, but that's just an example of the best thing that you can do coming over here new is just take it slow, was the conclusion I made out of the last video I did. Get, as you're saying here, the lay of the land. I think that's an awesome suggestion. And don't rush into anything. And that means relationships, friendships. Be on your toes. Be cautious. Remember, people have agendas. Let's see. Did you like the groundhog video? I can't read this. The groundhog has. I didn't know there was a groundhog. Is there a YouTube channel called Groundhog?
I think in the Japanese shrine.
What about the Japanese shrine?
You're the picture. Ground.
No. What he's saying here, baby, is that there's a video out about the groundhog that has 95,800 subscribers.
Wow.
I've never heard of it. I'll look it up. It's interesting. I looked up. Whoops. Yeah, Greg, I would do that. We went there yesterday. We were going to go to the Bricks Hotel and video it. They're locked up. You didn't miss us. We're here, buddy. Thanks for coming along, Jimmy.
Yeah, thank you. Jimmy White.
Oh, there's an answer to my question. Yes, they will tax you if you spend 3 months in California. So does that mean that if I go to California and I want to take Baby Mae and we want to go to SeaWorld and we want to go to Disneyland and we want to go to Zuma Beach and we want to go to, I don't know, go see the Redwood Forest. We want to travel around.
Yeah.
If I bail out, they're going to tax me.
Hopefully.
Really? I showed her a video yesterday of Disneyland in Las Vegas. She thinks that's all that America is. That's her take on America. I showed her the Vegas Strip, and she goes, "Those are hotels? A pyramid?" I go, "Yeah." What's so weird about that? You know, and it's let on. I tortured this poor woman, and then I said, "Oh, wait, you got to go see this place called Disneyland." She goes, "Disneyland? Never heard of Disneyland?" So I showed her Disneyland. Have I found a tricycle? I did not. Yesterday, we were trying to do a little tour. I was trying to take advice from you guys because you requested it. So, no, to answer your question. We tried to do the Bricks Hotel. We tried to do a little walk and talk, and we got rained out on the walk and talk.
Yeah.
And then the Bricks was closed up. Let's see. $1,400 in 2 months. Yeah, the stimulus. I'm thinking the same thing. And yeah, I know they're going to charge. They're going to throw pork on there. I'm just fantasizing.
That's good.
Good question. Maybe somebody can answer that for me. I imagine if you become legalized or not, you can buy. Anything to suggest about Davao? I don't know anything about Davao. I've never been there. Mr. Ron lives out there. He'd be a good guy to ask. So let's see. Where do they have filet of fish at McDonald's? I don't know. I don't think so. Yes, there you go. Chicken, rice, and spaghetti. I forgot about the spaghetti. Spaghetti's all over the fast food courts here. Restaurants, McDonald's.
Yeah, and Jollibee. Chicken rice, spaghetti.
Yeah, I can. So buying a 1-year-old car is better than buying a new car. Care to elaborate on this? Sure. I'm very happy to. When you purchase a brand new car, and we'll use real simple math because I'm so simple. Let's just pretend that you can buy a new car for $20,000. I know that's not possible, but let's just say you can. Okay, $40,000. A new Ford Taurus for $40,000. When you drive it home, it's worth, and park it in your driveway, that drive home cost you about $12,000 or $13,000. It's the most expensive ride you'll ever take in your brand new car. It's home, 3 miles away from the dealership. Why? Because it goes from a new car to a used car. You can find cars that are a year old and pay 50% of what they would go for new, or 55%, 60%, depends on the car. And it should still be under factory warranty. The first year of the car is nothing as far as, unless it's been in an accident. And see, in the States, there are so many tools at your disposal. What the hell is it called? A Carfax is gold. I mean, it'll tell you anything and everything about the car. If it's been in an accident, if it's legal, blah, blah, blah. So you run a Carfax on it. I personally think the best place to buy a used car is a place called CarMax. They do not use any of it's the way car buying should be for the most part. I actually worked there before I left because I was curious about it. And I thought, these people got it right. There's a money back guarantee for 3 days. You can try that at a dealership. But if you go to CarMax and buy a car, and you can drive it for 3 days, and if you don't like it, just give it back to them. And they'll just buy your car without you buying a car from them. In other words, if you have, that 1985 Volvo that you're trying to sell on Craigslist and having no luck, you can drive it into CarMax, and they'll just buy it from you right there on the spot, as long as you got title and 2 keys and all that good stuff. Okay, here you go. Since this is Mae's channel, I agree. I'm doing all the talking, but she gets nervous with
Yeah,
the
I'm
English.
nervous for the answer.
So I'm trying to help her. And eventually she'll get over this, just like she got over doing videos. Okay.
Yeah, in the
So
video.
practice makes perfect. And the more she's on
Yeah.
here, the more comfortable she'll become. So we're going to try to live stream on her channel a lot more.
Yeah.
Since this is Mae's channel, here's an idea question for Mae. What do you like the most about me?
Yeah.
And what do you like the least about me? So what do you like he wants to know what you like the most about me. What's the best thing about Daddy Paul?
You're very kind.
I'm kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
You sharing if you have the food, you like to sharing to other people.
Okay. And then what's the worst part about me?
Funny.
Well, that's not bad. Being funny is bad. Well, they want to know what's bad about me. What do I do bad?
No, I'm not saying you're bad.
But that's the question.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think the good thing is you think I'm funny and I share my stuff with people.
Yeah. But I'm not saying.
You're not going to say?
Yeah.
It's because there's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfect.
Perfect. All perfect. I'm not saying you're bad.
Does Baby Mae sew? No, she does not sew.
Oh, Sir Ian Yawon.
It's not Ian, it's Ian.
Ayan. Sabi ko lang Bisaya, so.
I've been
Ian.
telling you that for years now.
Sorry.
So you changed your name of
Yeah.
your channel, and Sir Ian is our friend. He's an attorney in Australia, and he's following all of the events of people getting jacked up over in Thailand. We highly recommend his channel.
Yeah.
Let's see, what does this say? So welcome aboard, Mr. Ian. We miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too.
Very smart. Never buy anything you can't walk away from. Kind of like loaning money to the relatives in the U.S. Kiss goodbye. Same with the P&P. Yeah. Out here, they don't call it loaning. They call it borrow. Can you borrow me some money? And quick lesson is they're never going to pay you back. Except for Mae. Mae pays me back.
Yeah.
But they will not pay you back. And they mean to. They mean it when they say, I'll pay you back tomorrow or I'll give it to you next week. But let's look at it this way. If somebody is in such straits that they need to borrow money just to pay their electric bill or buy some rice, you really think that they're that good with finances? No. So if you're going to loan it to them, just tell them, well, what I do is I just say, no, I'm not going to loan it to you. I'm going to give it to you. So, and the opposite of that is a foreigner. So there's guys that I've borrowed money from because my ATM's not working or the computer went down or I walked out of the house without my wallet. I've done that. And I said, hey, man, loan me 1,000 pesos. And of course, I pay them back the next day. And vice versa. There's been guys that have said, shit, man, I left the house. I don't have my wallet. And so here, how much do you need? You know, if I've got some extra cash on me, I lay it on them and they pay it right back. So, but a local Filipina, no. Or Filipino, no. You're never going to see that money, ever. In fact, I know who you're thinking about right now, and we won't say it. She's dying over here because there's a woman that's famous for borrowing money and has really hosed one of our friends. She's dying to tell you who it is. May, your channel is doing great. See
Thank
there,
you.
China Dave. China Dave's those lovely guy.
Yeah, thank you
Him
so
and
much,
Surian.
China Dave.
Love your efforts and interviews are the best. God bless you and Daddy. God bless you.
Yeah.
Dude. We really
God
appreciate
bless
that.
you too. That's so funny about the borrowing the money.
Yeah, there's David. We're sorry, David. We didn't know we were going to do it until we realized that nobody else was live today. Baby said, hey, you know what? Yesterday it was like King was on and Short Province Girl was on.
Yeah.
And What's Her Doodle Next Door was on. And
Filipina.
Dumagetti Filipina was on.
Yeah.
And who else was on? I think Gio was on or something. I don't know. But it seemed like everybody in town was on the air. And then she said, hey, there's nobody going live. Let's go live. I said, okay. And I said, let's do it on your channel. Get you used to it. Okay, so you got a little, not criticism here, but we'll go ahead and show this. And it says, Uliki Extra says, it seems to me that it is beneficial to have a trusted partner or make some trusted friends just in case you have an accident. Oh, that's not the one I was trying to get to. Yes. Great idea. We were thinking about making up dog tags or wristbands with our name and our phone numbers and a reward if we get hurt or pass out or something like that. Good morning to you. I missed the comment I was going to show. It was kind of a criticism, but I was going to show it anyway. Good morning to the two of you. Love you both, your channels. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
This is exciting, Baby
Yeah,
Mae. You got 200 people watching.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, of course. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I really appreciate.
Yeah, this is exactly what I said.
What's that?
This is exactly what I said. I was waiting for Baby Mae and her girlfriends instead of you showing up.
No.
I told her, I said, you need to do this by yourself. She was like, no way. They would much rather see you and your girlfriend sitting here. Oh, here it is. Here's the one. Okay. So, Bae, when you interview someone, you seem to always look into the camera and almost always never look at the person you interview. I would agree with that, but that's her kind of getting. Here's the dynamic: is that Filipinas, for the most part, are really concerned about their looks, and they have a tough time not looking at themselves to make sure that their hair looks nice and their makeup looks nice and all this and that and the other. And so interviewing is not a natural sport for Mae. This is something that's a learning curve for her. And so it's duly noted. I would agree. I never mentor her as to what to say or how to say it or what to change. After the fact, I will look at it and sometimes I will say, you know, you said this 15 times, you could have said it once, and then I let it go. But I've never tried to give her, because what happens is if you try to give someone instructions on how to interview, they start thinking about it so much that they can't do the interview itself. I mean, they get tongue-tied and they're so worried that they're doing it wrong. So I would recommend, I appreciate your input. It's duly noted. I've noticed it too. However, I think that it's going to improve with time. I think that that's just going to become a more natural thing. And I guess Mae and I could sit here on the couch and role play all day, but I think it's more fun just to watch it evolve. And I don't want to do all that crap. Neither does she. Let's see. What's this say? Baby Mae could do a video and show us the menu at McDonald's and what a hypermart looks like and what they sell. Just an idea of the videos you do. That's not a bad idea. You know, see, I know that guys have gone to all these places on other channels and have done that stuff before. And the last thing I want to do is copy anybody. I like to keep it original. But I forget that there's a lot of new people on here that have never seen that stuff and haven't seen the other channels. So yeah, that would be an awesome, just the day-to-day stuff. It's the simple
Yeah.
stuff that probably would be the most beneficial to a lot of guys, of her standing in line at McDonald's, looking at the menu, showing them the menu.
Yeah.
Because you see, you don't understand, but babe, if you go to America,
Yeah.
the food and the menu is different than
Okay.
here in the Philippines. So they don't offer spaghetti in America. They don't have chicken joy. They don't have rice. They just have French fries and burgers and whole different thing. So these guys would get a kick out of seeing that.
Yeah.
You know, that would be actually very informative. And you'd see the prices and you can see the interaction.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking in my head, I could stand behind Baby Mae while she's ordering the food and scan it and show the menu
Yeah.
and the pricing and the changing. And what's interesting to me is that when we go to a fast food, any restaurant, in America, I was very accustomed to picking up all my food, putting it on a tray, walking it over to a trash can and dumping it, and then putting the tray away, right? You throw away your own trash. Not here. You just leave it on the table and somebody comes and cleans it up. Yeah. Now, I'll never ask for likes or subscribers on my channel, but with Baby Mae, I'm going to ask everybody to smash the like button because it helps her algorithm. She's cracked 5,000 subscribers, which is totally awesome. Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you, China Dave, for that.
Thank you so much.
You know what? Thumbs up, or it's the easiest thing to do, guys. Just hit the thumbs up, please. That's you know, simple request. We're not asking for anything other than that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What size bills do you get when you go to the ATM? Depends on how much money you take out. But if I was to take out $200, I would get 1,000 peso notes if they have them. Now, I once went to an ATM where I asked for $200 and it wouldn't give it to me. And then I asked for $100 and it gave it to me, but it gave it to me all in 100 peso notes. And my wallet was like that fat. It was hard to close my wallet because I had so many 100 peso notes. But to be honest with you, it was the easiest day of my life because everywhere I went, I wasn't going through the break change routine. I leave the house with small bills. That's it, buddy. Right there. That is it. Take it slow, get the lay of the land, and carry small denominations. That will make your life so simple. Not so simple, but more simple than my first week.
Can she talk?
Can she talk? Yes, she can talk.
Yeah, I'm talk little.
But she is shy on live streams. You know what? There's a suggestion on here that's super funny. Yeah, we'll show you how well she can talk, Visayan.
Yeah,
Speak in your native tongue and tell everybody how happy you are here on the live stream, how much you enjoy it, but say it in your language.
Sobrang happy.
Yeah.
Sobrang masaya. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping for a longer speech. But
Because if the live stream na Paul,
yeah.
I'm getting nervous.
Okay, well, say what you just said in Visayan.
Yeah. If the live, kung mag-live stream, ba't yung kog nervous. But the video record, dili ko nervous. Dili ko nervous on.
There you go. See, her vocal cords do work.
Yeah. Like my blah, blah, blah.
Thank you very much.
Lamarji is boyfriend to my friend from Shatun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right on. Hey, Lamar.
Lamarji.
Yeah, Disney World. I think that's what I did show her, in fact. I showed her Disney World in Florida. Yeah.
That is Chinese. The name is Chinese.
Make sure you stop by the Corn Palace. What's that?
Corn place?
Corn Palace.
I don't know.
I don't know what that even means.
What's that? Sod part means.
Let's see. Yeah, it's yeah, fiance visa is what I've heard is the easiest way to get somebody in. But I don't know. They're talking about with the new administration that they're going to open up the borders. So I don't know what that means. But we got to show this because somebody's agreeing with me. Grumpy dude. That's a grumpy guy's going to stick together. Yeah. Yeah, you and I sound very alike here, pal. I made every classic mistake you can make also when I got here. And like you, it didn't cost me a lot of money. I mean, I was able to cut my losses. I was able to make the mistake, realize I was doing it wrong, and stop. I've seen guys just carry it out to the nth degree, though, and it's sad. Hello, E-Man. I'm making this too easy on May. She's not saying hi to anybody. Is a car cheaper in the Philippines? Yeah. You can buy a brand new car out here, automatic air, power windows. I don't think it's got power locks, but remote, locks. And what else? It's only a 3-cylinder Toyota Wigo. Not super powerful, obviously, but I think it's the perfect car. My neighbor's got one. He bought one used for $8,000. It was a year old. That's USD. And then I think new, I don't know recently, I haven't checked the prices. I think new, it's about 13. So try to find a brand new automatic air conditioned car in America for $13,000. You'd have them lined around the block for miles. Paul's hair won't age. Can I interview the German that lives? I don't know if he is a German or not. He's a white guy. Is he German?
Yeah, German.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
More requests. He want to interview German guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I wonder if he'd let me interview him.
I think I asked first in the.
Yeah, find out. If he'll let me do it, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I thought it was a Keebler elf that lived in there. You bought your Lexus at CarMax is great. I agree. People love CarMax. Once they go there, especially if they've been to another dealership, CarMax is like, yeah, actually, I hated selling cars. I didn't do it that long. I did it in the beginning, and then I went into the finance department, and I spent the majority of my life there. And then I did sell cars at the end because I was just winding down. But you know what the problem with cars now is? I don't believe in them. Very hard for me to go sell a car because if I don't believe in something, I can't sell it. End of story. And I think that applies to a lot of people. So like, I believe in this microphone, so I could sell this bad boy. And why it's blinking yellow, I don't know. But can you guys hear us okay? Why is this thing blinking? Anyway, cars cost $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. I don't see it. It's not there. And they got all this crap electronics on it. It's like Star Wars when you buy a car these days. To me, I'm a very simple man. I think you should go from point A to point B. That's what a car is for. And if it's safe, in other words, it's got airbags and seat belts and good crash tests, that's important. But if it's automatic, air, and has music, what the frick else do you need? Most people only drive about 8 to 10 miles to work. and then back home. Now, if you live in your car, if you're a traveling salesman, or if you're driving from coast to coast all the time, or maybe you do have a 3 or 4 hour commute to work on the friggin' 405 every day, I get it. You're going to want some comfort. I can see inking up if you've got a bunch of little kids and you need a minivan and you need to put 3 car seats in and the rear air conditioner and all that jazz. I get that. That I can believe in. But just to have a car for the name badge like Mercedes or BMW or whatever, just to show off, I did it. I've had them. And I've done it. I've been there, got the T-shirt. But I look back at it and I say, well, that was regrettable. That was stupid, because the only person you're impressing is the valet, and he's not that impressed. Enough of my car stories. Let's see. Gary says you will pay a much higher interest rate on a used car, but it's still a better deal. Could be. I could do a whole series on how to arrange your financing and how to get super low interest rates and just crunch the numbers, because at the end of the day, it's the bottom line, right? It's how much money did you pay for that car? And then another thing people have to keep in mind is resale. So let's take a true look at a car for a second. Let's say you do buy the proverbial new car for $40,000, and then when it comes time to sell the car or trade in the car, again using simple math, we'll say it's worth $20,000. Well, for 2 years, that car cost you $20,000 plus maintenance to drive. That's $10,000 a year. How much is that a month? About $800-900 a month to drive that car. Now, you traded, that's what it cost you. Now you buy that $20,000 car and you drive it for 2 years. And let's just say it's worth half. It cost you $10,000 to drive for 2 years. That's $5,000 a year. How much is that a month? Do the math. And that's including your interest rate and everything else. Just factor all that in. Liars figures never lie. I was in the business 40 years. I would give advice on cars because I consider myself an expert on one thing, and that would be the car business. It depends on what you buy. Remember, that's true. They don't manufacture anything here. That's why I'm a big believer in Toyota. That would be my number one pick, just for the reliability factor. And I like the car. And I would actually have a real tough time buying. I would take you my own advice. I would have a tough time buying a used car out here unless I absolutely positively knew the guy that was selling it. Because I've seen some guys just get hosed buying. My next door neighbor that bought the Wigo got lucky. I mean, it was just a solid deal. He bought it from a foreigner. He didn't know the guy personally, but the records were there. And, but I would not buy a used car from someone that I didn't know or from a local. No disrespect to the locals, but they tend to not maintain things out here. They wait till it breaks and then they fix it, as opposed to getting oil changes and all that. Hi from Las Vegas. I enjoy watching both of your channels. Yes, I have bought 2 ads for CarMax and sold them too. Yeah. CarMax rocks. If you guys are going to go buy a car and it's used, go to CarMax. You can go online and buy a car from them. And you can get in and out in an hour, believe it or not. You can actually buy a car and I did it. A woman called me up and I worked there about 6 months. I really enjoyed it. And then I came out here. But a woman called me up and she said, you know what? Can you get me out of there in under an hour? I said, if we do this, and this over the phone, get it all approved, and you send the money, or whatever it was. I can't remember the exact details because it was 4 or 5 years ago. But I got her out of there in 45 minutes. Car was already washed. It was detailed. I had the keys. She didn't have a trade-in. She had her shit together because I told her I'm going to need this, 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 and this. And when you come in, if you got a lot of questions, you're going to be here more than an hour. If you don't need a lot of explanations about a lot of stuff, you'll be out. And she was out in 45 minutes, and she sent me a box of candy. Decline the question, May. I forgot the question. Oh, what you dislike about me? Let's see here. Paul, not to get forward, but I'm your age. Okay. These ladies are in their prime. Is there any issues with keeping them happy? I think what he's discussing here is intimacy, if you will. That does happen. Your point is well taken. Sometimes the men are not nearly as interested in physical activity, if you know what I mean, as the young lady is. And that does cause some dissension. Let's see here. It's called Chuck the Groundhog, the best fed groundhog ever. Okay, well, I'm going to have to check out Chuck the Groundhog. And the whole groundhog thing came with, I think, my first video that I ever did, where I referred to my life in America as Groundhog Day. Let's see, I'm getting lost here. Let's see, Paul, Green Valley Ranch here in Vegas misses you and your money, not necessarily in that order. That's a fact. Panorama City. I spent the first 9 years of my life in Panorama City on Clearfield Avenue, 7780 Clearfield Avenue. How you like that? I still remember my address. Let's see. I found your channel from a friend who watches both of your channels. Paul's, he's in Florida. Awesome, Jonathan. Say thank you, Baby Mae.
Thank you, Jonathan.
You need to chime in more here, baby. I'm doing all the talking. What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Are
because
you falling asleep? Or am I just talking too much?
because if I video record, I'm very focused, but it's live stream, I'm getting nervous.
You get nervous.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fair. I think if we have you on here more often and do this more often, you'll get more accustomed to it. So I'm going to leave now. Let Baby Mae take it on for another hour.
No.
All right, so we'll bail out of here pretty soon, kids.
Yeah, because
We appreciate you. Let's see. What do you guys want to see Mae do? Let me just go through a few of these things. Baby Mae has a natural honesty when she interviews people. Sometimes the interview gets off the rails a little, but I like that. It's kind of like the David Letterman show. I agree.
Thank you so much.
I think that I'm trying to help Mae. I do make suggestions to Mae. I'm getting more and more involved with her channel than my own. To make a confession, I've only made 3 videos this month, and I should have had 8 or 9 out by now, according to Hoyle. But that being said, I'm much more interested in her channel than mine, as far as being successful and large and all that. I think there's more at stake. So that being said, Mae has actually become much more open and receptive to my suggestions. And so I want to teach her, or not teach her, but I want to suggest to her to change up the questions a little bit and not make it quite as redundant. And again, I think that it's just going to be an evolution, of her evolving and getting more mature with not mature, but more sophisticated, if you will, with the questions. And that's happening. You know what? That, David, is awesome also. In fact, I can make that happen. We'll kill two birds with one stone. In fact, I'm going to do that today. We're going to eat at McDonald's today. All right. No matter what.
Okay.
We're going to go maybe late at night, whatever. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm going to go to McDonald's because it just so happens that McDonald's is out of just about everything. And they haven't had breakfast in over a year. Like an Egg McMuffin, out of stock.
Yeah.
And they have, I want to say, 9 menu items that are kind of like the American stuff. The filet of fish, which, yes, they do have. The chicken deal. They don't have McNuggets, I don't think. Anyway, Big Mac, I was going to say Whopper. Big Mac, double cheeseburger, fries. I have gone into McDonald's, and it's 1 through 9. And I walked up, and the woman said 1 through 7 is out of stock. You can pick either 8 or 9. And that was a quarter pounder and some other thing. I forget what. So you couldn't get a Big Mac that day. And I've been to McDonald's where they've been out of French fries. How does a McDonald's run out of French fries? But that would be awesome. It would give you guys an opportunity to see the menu, the prices, and actually hear somebody say, sorry, we're out of stock. So thank you for that, David. That's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Roger and Gina, Provincial Living. We brought our Wego here in about an hour with my debit card. The dealership here is very good. Well, that's great. Yeah. So this, they want more dancing with your friends.
Yeah.
Are you going to be dancing anymore? Are you going to have any more bikini shows or no?
I think both dancing and bikini.
You're still going to do the bikinis?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have people copy.
I don't know what a Toyota Rush is, but any Toyota is good with me. All right, kids, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to say goodbye. We're going to say goodnight.
Yeah.
We're going to say thank you very much. This was an impromptu thing on Baby Mae's channel with her computer, and we will work on the settings and all that kind of stuff. We appreciate you coming by.
Thank you so much.
Peace out.
For watching.
Have a good day, and we will chat with you guys later.
Bye-bye, guys.